Hi everyone, welcome back. All right, I know things seem a little wonky here. No fancy intro, no fancy outro, no fancy recording equipment. I'm here on my laptop in an Airbnb somewhere far, far away. My family's on vacation and I figured can't miss a video, so strapped on my little lapel mic and here we are, trucking away. All right, so internship tips, week number 2. The question is networking during your internship. Is it a good idea or is it a bad idea? So there are a lot of details. Let's get right into it. So there are 3 reasons why it's actually a great idea to network during your internship. First of all, it's great experience for what your actual job's going to be like. People who network a lot during their actual job, they grow a large network. It makes it easier to find new jobs for mobility. It's a good experience, and eventually when you get to managerial levels, having that network and having that skill of networking is incredibly powerful. Secondly, the internship itself, interns getting hired full-time is rarely decided by one person, such as your manager or the head of the desk. It's often a collaboration and a collective decision between everyone on the desk. The more people you meet, otherwise known as networking with, the more people are going to go to bat for you versus the other candidates. So you have a better chance of being selected if more people know you and like you. And finally, it's great to start meeting people in the industry, even if you don't get an offer, just starting to build your network. Because once you leave the internship and you're back in school or wherever you were before, you no longer have access to all these people, at least not easy access. So it's really great to start networking. So those are 3 reasons why it's fantastic to network during your internship. The obvious question is, how do you go about doing it? So there's actually a systematic way to do this. Number 1, when you're on the job, the first thing you should do is network or have half-hour Zoom calls with everyone on your immediate team. If you're on a trading team and there are 10 other traders, make sure you have a half an hour call with each trader. Usually going with the more senior ones first is nice, but the most important thing is get your entire immediate team before doing anything else. If you're in the office, sitting down for a coffee or sitting by their computer and listening to what they're doing counts, that's fine. Just spend some time with each one of them individually. As more than one, as a pair, it just doesn't count. It has to be personal. After you do that, you then want to do the more senior people on the larger desk. So if you're in trading, and there's trading and there's sales and there's strategy, you want to talk to all the managing directors and then the executive directors of each of those groups, including the very head of the entire trading desk. So the more senior people, and your conversation with them will be a little different, which we'll get to in a minute. But the point is, before you start branching out to other groups, you definitely want to get to all the senior people. After that, you want to go to the more mid-levels, and that would be the VPs on the sales team, the VPs on the strat teams, if you're in trading, for example. Eventually, if you have time, you can start reaching out to associates and analysts, but they usually don't have much say or fighting power for you. So better, like I said, start from the top down, but first, your immediate team. Now, what are your goals? Like, why are you doing this, right? So your goals should be, first of all, they should not forget you, especially when the conversation happens. By having that personal one-on-one time, they're definitely going to think about you. Number 2, they're going to feel a personal connection to you, especially if you do it over a coffee and make sure that it stays as a one-on-one and you bring up some personal anecdotes. If you're speaking with them and you find out they play an instrument, hey, I play an instrument too. They find out that you enjoy playing football or soccer, and you have some common interests, same as an interview, honestly, but you find that commonality, then you have that personal connection. That's great. Also, you want them to teach you about their responsibilities. Every single person you sit down with, except for the very senior people, it's not really appropriate to ask, but the VPs, even the EDs, it's really nice to ask, so what are you responsible for? What are your duties? What do you not leave before accomplishing every single day? And what does the desk need you for? And you must really internalize that because it's going to come back later on in your internship. So make sure when you talk to them and ask that question, you truly understand the answer. And finally, they should all feel like you have a really solid understanding of what the desk does, how the desk makes money, who the clients are, what your team's responsibility is, like the important questions that when you came in you probably didn't know very well. By the time you're talking to the third or fourth person, you want to make sure that they feel like you really understand it well, because that's a question that's going to come up when deciding who to hire full time. So that's all good and well, and that's generally all you need to know about networking, but there's one more question that comes up all the time. And when I was in Morgan Stanley, I had people reaching out to me because, oh, Mark Ross, I know you from LinkedIn, I wanted to reach out to you. And they were interns in completely unrelated groups. So here's the question. Should you and can you network outside of your division? If you're in the sales and trading team, can you network with people in investment banking? If you're in investment banking, can you network with people in equity research? Well, that's not so simple. I mean, there are rules if you want to do it. It's obviously a powerful tool because you start building a network even in other divisions, and when your internship's over, you're going to have a much larger network and more broad. That's great. But first of all, make sure you covered everyone that I talked about first. So all the locals, all the senior people, all the people in related groups. Make sure it doesn't interfere at all with your job. If you do it, I strongly recommend you do it not during work hours entirely. Make sure your manager knows and is okay with it, because a lot of managers would not be if you're an intern. And finally, don't do it. I know I just gave you a bunch of ways to do it, but it's really a risky move, because even asking your manager, do you mind if I network with people in group XYZ just to learn more about the business? What they hear is, I'm not 100% certain I want to be part of your group. And it might sound a little crazy, but that's actually what they hear. Everyone else, all the other interns, are just focusing in this group, and you're already networking outside. It's a really bad look. And people who've reached out to me and networked with me when I was a VP Strat at Morgan Stanley, I cautioned them. I said, look, I know you want to have this personal connection with me. You know me from a different platform, and you want to get to know me personally, but this is really risky for you. And I have to be honest, I think there were 3 instances I remember, and 2 of them did not receive return offers. I don't know if it's directly related to this or not, but you need to be cautious about this. It's a really risky endeavor. Anyhow, good luck and happy networking. It's a really powerful thing to get strong in networking. And any questions or comments, good or bad, please leave them below the video. I'd love to have a conversation in the comments section with you, and I'll see you next week as we discuss more internship tips.